Well, g'day everyone, how's it going? Coming at you from the studio today, and my name's Michael. I'm a filmmaker and cinematographer from Melbourne, Australia. But in this video, I want to show you how to do a stitched panorama, and I'm using drone shots that I got, drone photography that I got. And basically I went out one night and I shot some crazy, amazing visuals at sunset in Hermanus, just on a recent trip that we did there. And we put the drone up and it was this incredible evening, and the sky and the color, it just looked all beautiful. So I was filming video because I love to film drone video, and I just stopped myself and thought, I need to get a big panorama of this and create a big panorama. Now, if you stick around to the end of this video, you're gonna see a payoff, because I actually did get this printed and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. And I gave it to my mother-in-law before we left for coming back home from holiday. So I gave it to her and she's actually put it in a frame, and I'm gonna show you that at the end. So stay tuned for that. But just right now, jumping on over to the computer, we're gonna get straight into this. So I'm gonna show you all the photos I got that's gonna make up this stitch panorama. They're all DNGs from the Mavic Air 2S. They're all 40.8 megabytes. So they're quite big, photos. And let's just run through and have a look through each one of those. And this is kind of a raw as well, like it's in a log format as well. So there's no color grading or anything on these as we go. So we're just gonna flick through each of these, just see what we got here. Maybe this one exposure wise isn't really on point. So let's see what else we got. A little bit darker on that one as well. So there's some darker and some, like this one probably I wouldn't use, this one. Maybe this one I wouldn't use either. But we have those 10 images that we can put together in this panorama. So I'm gonna choose the images out of that I wanna use for this. Okay, so we've got the images that we're gonna use for this panorama. I've made my selections here, and I'm gonna open up Photoshop, because that's the program I wanna use to stitch all these photos together. So let's open that up. So I'll go then open up and jump into those images that I'd already kind of shortlisted, pre-selected. And I want to open all those up here, and it's going to open the images up. So then I can sort of sort them to see what I've got. Got all the way out. I think I got all the way out and all the way out. Yep. So I've got everything I need. So literally what I want to do is I want to open them all. So open each one. And now it's going to have them all open. And now I want to go File, Automate, Photo Merge. And files I'm going to select is Open Files. I'm going to add in all the open files. I want it to do an auto layout, and I want it to blend them together. Vignette remove, you can have a vignette remove, but I'm not going to have that on because I don't think that's super necessary. I think it'll figure it out without it. I don't need content aware, transparent fill, nothing like that. So I'm just going to click OK and let Photoshop do its thing and create this image. So it's going to take a little bit of time just to figure out the layers and adjust everything and create the image. Cool, so now we can see it's been stitched together and it all looks quite good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a closer look at it once I start to edit the photo. So basically now I'm going to grab the artboard tool, and I'm gonna create an artboard, and I kind of want to do something a little bit like a widescreen, and something like that actually looks pretty good. Great, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these and I'm going to merge visible layers. So merge visible layers gives me kind of my whole panorama. So like on my artboard. So just adjusting it a little bit to get it exactly where I want it to be. And that's pretty much my panorama. So now all I want to do is just color grade it. So now we just want to edit this image and get it to where we want it to be. So basically just bringing in the saturation. It was a crazy, beautiful sunset. It was amazing and it looked incredible. So just wanted to bring up that saturation. You know, it looks seriously like something out of a magazine, but it really was that beautiful. So it really was that, yeah, that incredible. So just bringing that up. All right, so that's kind of where I've landed on this, and yeah, I think it looks amazing. It was kind of representative of how it looked when I actually shot it. And then it would simply be exporting this to a JPEG. Now this is gonna be a massive file size, so it's asking me here to save. I'm gonna call it Sand Bay Pano. And now I want to export this as a JPEG for delivery or printing, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be quite a massive file. So let's actually have a look at how big this actually is. It is 480 megabytes. So that is huge, humongous. So basically now I want to export. And I'm going to go export as. It's going to take a while because it's processing a lot of information here. I'm going to change this as soon as I can. As soon as it lets me, it's going to be processing a little bit here. Now it's going to let me, I want to change this to JPEG. So basically exporting a JPEG. And I'm going to keep these, everything the same, size the same, everything. And it's going to give me 4.3 megabytes it's saying with a JPEG. So it's going to actually compress it down quite a lot, which is quite cool. Their quality wise, you know, I'm at 6 here. So if I go all the way to 7, then it's going to give me a 13.6 megabytes file, which I think is fine. So actually I'm going to export that size of file, and I'm just going to save it into this Stitch Pano folder here and call it Sun Bay again. Sand Bay Pano final. And that is pretty much it. That's going to export it for me, and I'm going to check on it. It looks like there's a little white edge here where my artboard maybe was a little short, so I'm going to go and check the Pano 14.3 megabytes, which is great. So let's open it up, preview, have a look at it full size. So there it is. That's my panorama of Sand Bay. And this shows Walker Bay in the background here. This is called Walker Bay. And basically here is Hermanus, and on the front here is Sand Bay, where we stayed for a month with my mother-in-law, and we just had an amazing time. The kids really enjoyed themselves, and it was really great to be back with family after such a long hiatus with COVID and everything like that. So it really was a massive blessing. So what I did is I actually exported this and I took it to a printing company and I got this printed for my mother-in-law, just to say thank you for having us and thank you for looking after us. And it was, you know, so amazing to be with family and just together again. So I got this printed and I was so blown away by how it came up. I got it printed in this exact size as well. So the massive size, 7,000, maybe 8,000 pixels wide by like 4,000 pixels high. So I got it all printed and I gave it to my mother-in-law and she put it onto a nice frame, a golden frame. And it was just so awesome to give that to her and be able to thank her with something I went and shot and captured this beautiful sunset and this beautiful color across the water. And it was just a real blessing to be able to do that for my mother-in-law, and I was really stoked, and she really appreciated the gift as well. So if you're thinking, you know, should I print my photos? Should I take some panoramas? Go for it. You know, the technology is there, the gear that we have is there, the software that can stitch it together is just so awesome and it works so well. So I would recommend doing it and printing one and getting it framed and whatever, putting it on your wall. And hopefully this video gives you some encouragement, gives you some inspiration to go ahead and do that. And I hope that you got something from this video. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.